Steve's announcement hangs heavy in the air, the scent of garlic and simmering sauce now a bitter irony.
His room's trashed. Not Rob search. His go bag's gone. And there was a note. Just one word, Henderson.
Henderson, that's...
Does Paul have him?
Peter Henderson, Steve's father, enters the kitchen, his usually jovial face grim. He had arrived earlier, unnoticed amidst the chaos.
No, Henderson. It's you, son. He knows.
I saved that bastard from a burning building. I was looking for Kiraman. And this is how he repays me? By taking Jeremy when he was at his weakest?
The simmering sauce on the stove begins to bubble furiously, mirroring the tension in the room.
Kate, can I use Jordan's cell phone?
What are you going to do, Tina?
I'm going to pose as a ghost and ask Paul what he wants.
Steve hesitates, then nods curtly. The risk is immense, but so is the potential reward.
Okay, sent. I mentioned the rummaged hospital room. Asked him what he wants in return for Jeremy's safety.
Be careful, Tina. This is dangerous.
I know. Now we wait.
The tension in the room is palpable, each tick of the clock amplifying the agonizing weight. The aroma of garlic and simmering sauce, once comforting, now hangs heavy with the threat of unanswered questions and unknown dangers. The tension in the room is palpable, each tick of the clock amplifying the agonizing weight. The aroma of garlic and simmering sauce, once comforting, now hangs heavy with the threat of unanswered questions and unknown dangers. In the middle of the angel hair pasta with mushroom sauce, Jordan's phone buzzed. Tina looked down and there was a picture of Jeremy tied up, a newspaper placed conspicuously beside him. The message read, "Hi Steve, we want Tina. We need her for the ritual. Only then can you get Jeremy back."
No.
He rises abruptly and strides out the back door, the screen slamming shut behind him. Tina exchanges a worried glance with Kate before following him. Outside, Steve stands beneath a towering oak, his fists clenched. He punches the tree trunk hard, the bark splitting under the force.
Steve.
That's what he wants. That's his price for Jeremy.
I'm not doing his ritual. I'm going to turn Paul and his cronies into puppy dogs. Little yappy, chihuahua-sized things.
A chicken. Turn him into a chicken. I can send him to a farm, let nature take its course.
Chickens? Really?
Are you sure about this, Tina? This is Paul Grant we're talking about. He's dangerous.
This is my plan. And as a wise man once said, make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails. Throw away the plan.
Did you get that from a movie?
Maybe. I saw it on Facebook.
He's right, though. Those words, they're truer than I'd like to admit. But I've never gone up against someone like Paul before. This is different. He's right, though. Those words, they're truer than I'd like to admit. But I've never gone up against someone like Paul before. This is different.
We're all going to need therapy after this. Seriously.
You're telling me. Even my shrink of a father will need therapy after this. It'll be like that TV watching at EB.
Or hair washing it.
The tension in the small, cluttered safe house thickens, the flickering fluorescent light casting long, distorted shadows.
Message from General Thompson. He wants to talk to you, Steve.
Led the way.
The grainy image of General Thompson flickers to life on the tablet screen.
Agent Steve, Kate has filled me in on the situation. I'd like to hear it from you in your own words, how it escalated to this point.
Sir, when Paul Gret relocated his operation from Quebec to Ottawa, his obsession with Kira intensified. He intends to enslave her using some sort of dark magic ritual.
My plan is to intercept the ritual. Then, instead of him enslaving Kira, I'll use the counterpel to turn Paul and his followers into... Well, that's still up for debate.
I suggested chickens. Send him to a farm, let nature take its course. More humane, you know?
Chickens. Regardless, Agent Steve, I expect a full report when this mission is concluded. And when you and Tara are safe, you will both undergo mandatory psychological evaluations. That goes for all of you.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Thompson out.
Silence descends upon the safe house, broken only by the hum of the air conditioner. The weight of the impending confrontation hangs heavy in the air.
What if? What if it doesn't work? What if Paul anticipates this?
Kate's question hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken fears.
Look, we need to stay focused. Let's break this down step by step. Whiteboard time.
Coffee, anyone? Strong brew, just like the old days.
The aroma of brewing coffee begins to permeate the tense atmosphere.
Tina, you'll wear this earpiece. We'll be your eyes and ears on the outside. If anything goes sideways.
And what if Sideways involves a horde of chanting cultists and a very unhappy Paul?
Then I go in. Sleeping gas for everyone. Quick, clean, and hopefully chicken-free.
That's my boy's friend. I've got faith in this scheme.
Better than anything Seven and Tom Cruise from Mission Impossible ever cooked up. Because this threat, unfortunately, is real.
Meanwhile, in the dimly lit confines of Paul's hideout, Jeremy remained bound, the ropes chafing against his wrists.
Jeremy. Oh God, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Don't blame yourself, Tara. It was my own stupidity, picking a fight with Martin. landed me in the hospital, and then this?
Steve, Tina, they'll get us out. They have to.
I know they will. Just try not to make any deals with Paul while I'm tied up, okay?
The tension in the hideout thickens, a palpable sense of dread hanging heavy in the air. The tension in the hideout thickens, a palpable sense of dread hanging heavy in the air.
I wish I could. I wish I could free you. But I can barely. Even be in this room.
I know, Kara. It's not your fault. I put you here.
I agreed to this. But being chained up, away from everyone, away from Steve, it's breaking me. But I'll make it through. Just like those lockdown Esther and COVID.
Paul enters the room, a wicked smile playing on his lips.
So, you two know each other? I suspected, but I didn't realize you were this close.
It's easy to fool an idiot. I mean, a normal person. With an ego as big as yours, Paul.
You watch your mouth, girl.
Kira stumbles back, a sharp cry escaping her lips.
Leave her alone. Don't touch her. Oh, car's yours? Is she Steve's boy? I didn't realize there was a property dispute. That doesn't give you the right to smack her around like she's a doll. After the ritual, she will be a doll. And she will do as she is told. Just like all of them. Including you. What is it Steve called her the other day? Kara the Feisty.
Jeremy watches helplessly as Kira scrambles away, her eyes filled with fear.
Today is the day, Kara. Today you will be mine, and you will sing like a canary, and you adore me like I am your husband.
The hideout door creaks open and Steve enters, his eyes scanning the room, followed by Tina. Steve holds his breath against the moldy, incense-heavy air.
Let's get this thing over with and save Kira and Jeremy.
I'm ready for the ritual.
Steve, hidden in the shadows behind a crumbling brick wall, gives Tina a barely perceptible nod. Dust motes dance in the dim light filtering through the grimy windows of the abandoned warehouse.
Excellent. You're early. My men will bring the others. Today, the tables turn.
He speaks into a walkie-talkie, his voice clipped and authoritative.
Bring Jeremy and Kara to the arena. Today is the day.
Steve, concealed in the back of Paul's car, feels a surge of anger and guilt. The trunk lid creaks shut, plunging him into darkness. Paul, seemingly oblivious to the deception, leads Tina towards his car. The air crackles with unspoken tension.
After today, you won't have to worry about stress anymore.
Paul gets behind the wheel, the engine roaring to life. As they pull away from the warehouse, Tina steals a glance in the rearview mirror. The warehouse disappears from sight, replaced by the bleak urban landscape.
You know, Tina, you're surprisingly compliant.
They drive in silence for a while, the tension in the car thick enough to cut with a knife. Tina discreetly checks her phone, hoping for a message from Steve but finding nothing.
Almost there. The arena is just around the corner.
Paul's smile widens, a chilling expression that sends a shiver down Tina's spine.
Oh, you'll see. It's quite transformative. Oh, you'll see. It's quite transformative.
Paul glances at her, a flicker of annoyance crossing his face.
Just an old hockey rink. Irrelevant. The future's what matters.
Meanwhile, Steve pulls himself from the trunk of a car parked near a back entrance. He slips inside the darkened building, his footsteps echoing in the vast emptiness. He follows the sounds of muffled struggling, rounding a corner to find Jeremy tied to a chair, a gag stuffed in his mouth.
Jeremy, are you okay?
Finally got off your butt, huh?
Hey, I could have left you here. Then, when you turn into a chicken, you'll have no one to blame but yourself.
Where's Kira?
That's what I'm here to find out.
She's on the altar in the main arena. Paul, he's going to turn her into a mindless slave. Some kind of twisted ritual.
Steve's jawed. He remembers the note about Henderson, the search of his room. The pieces were starting to fall into place. Paul Grant wasn't just a conspiracy theorist. He was dangerous.
I move a mountain for her, Jeremy.
You won't have to move it alone.
They creep toward the main arena, the ear thick with anticipation. The faint chanting grows louder as they approach. They peer through a gap in the curtains, their eyes widening at the scene before them. Kira lay on the altar, her hands bound above her head, tears streaming down her face. Martin, one of Paul's followers, stood beside her, a conflicted expression on his face.
Martin, you don't have to do this. Please.
It's for Canada. It's for Canada.
Grant, you pathetic excuse for a patriot.
Jeremy slips in behind Steve, a crowbar clutched in his hand. He eyes the ornate supports of the altar, calculating the best points of impact.
I'll take care of this. Thing, you get Car out of here. Martin, stop them. What are you waiting for?
Martin hesitates, a flicker of doubt crossing his face. His hand trembles as he reaches for the ceremonial dagger.
Steve, Jeremy, be careful.
Remember that burning building, Grant? The one I pulled you out of while I was risking my life for you. Your secretary, Heather, was trying to kill Kara.
Steve gestures towards Kyra, his voice thick with emotion. The chanting from Paul's followers falters, replaced by a nervous murmur.
Is this how you repay me, Grant? By sacrificing the woman I love?
She's a necessary sacrifice. I need her to awaken the true Canadian spirit, to free us from American influence. I'm saving this country, Steve.
Jeremy positions himself near the altar, ready to strike. Martin watches, torn between his loyalty to Paul and the growing unease in his gut.
I came here thinking I was on a mission to help Canadians transition. But then I met Kira, a remarkable woman who'd risk everything for her friends. And now I'm on a different mission.
I won't be deterred, Steve. Not by you, not by anyone. I will not stop until Canada is free.
And I won't stop until everyone is free to choose their own path, Grant. Even if it means taking you down.
The air crackles with tension. Jeremy raises the crowbar, ready to bring the altar crashing down. Martin takes a hesitant step towards Steve. Kira watches, hope and fear warring in her eyes.
Steve, behind you. Martin has a knife.
Steve whirls around, drawing his pistol with practiced speed. The chanting stops abruptly, replaced by a collective gasp. Time seems to slow. Martin crumples to the floor, clutching his chest. Paul's face pales, his carefully constructed facade crumbling. Jeremy uses the distraction to sever Kira's bonds.
Come on, let's get out of here.
He helps her down from the altar, her legs shaky but her spirit unbroken. They reach Steve, who keeps his weapon trained on Paul.
I'm so glad I didn't chase you away.
Nothing you could say would ever chase me away.
He gently pushes her behind him, his focus returning to Paul. Jeremy tenses, ready to defend Kara if needed.
Grant, let them go. It's over.
This isn't over, Steve. I will have Kara, one way or another.
Steve keeps his gun trained on Paul as they back away towards the garage exit. Jeremy shielding Kira. Tina is waiting by a nondescript van, and John Rubble. Relief floods her face as she sees them approach. They pile into the van. Steve tosses a canister back into the arena. A cloud of sleeping gas rapidly fills the space, enveloping Paul, who's remaining fallen. Steve dials 911.
There's a group of cultists squatting in the old hockey arena downtown. They need to be removed.
He hangs up. The sirens already audible in the distance. Tina speeds away, weaving through the city streets towards the safe house. Kira leans back against the seat, exhaustion settling in, and a small smile plays on her her lips. They arrive at a quiet suburban home. Joe and Peter waiting anxiously on the porch.
Why?